Hello, I'm Althea Graney. Welcome to the Simsbury View. We are all familiar with libraries as quiet, dark buildings filled with row upon row of shelved books. Well, the books haven't changed, but the building and what people are doing at the library in Simsbury is pretty exciting. Our guests today help make the Simsbury Library more than books. Sarah Ray is the new teen librarian. Joanne Moody brings excitement to the children's library, and Jenna Mayotte is the Business Resource Center coordinator and works to keep Simsbury small business owners learning the exciting ins and outs of running a small business in today's tech-savvy world. These dynamic ladies are just a few of the librarians who keep our residents coming back to the library for information, entertainment, and just plain fun. So I'm going to start with Joanne, since you handle the youngest residents here in Simsbury. What is it, and what's your history of working with libraries?
Well, I started working with libraries back when I was 19 years old. I was a nanny for 2 little boys, and I brought them to a local library in Southington, and they didn't have great programming for children, so I filled out a little questionnaire, and then I received a phone call, and they invited me in, and they asked me if I wanted to volunteer and do some programmings, and I was like, sure. So I would go on Saturday mornings and do little story times, and then a position opened up and they offered me a job, and I moved from Southington to Avon, where I worked on and off for 20 years, and then I'm here at Simsbury. So
Wow.
I bring a lot of experience, and it's great here.
Oh, fantastic. Wow, that was exciting. 19.
19.
Wow, that is just great. So what kind of programs does the library offer for children here in Simsbury?
We offer a variety of programs. We have programs Monday through Friday, and what's unique about the Simsbury Library is that we offer drop-in programs. Many libraries have sign-ups where you only can take perhaps maybe 15 to 20 children, and if you aren't on the ball and you don't sign up, you lose out on the opportunity to come to story time. So at Simsbury, we have drop-in on Mondays. I do a program for age 2 and up, and there's lovely stories, songs, finger plays, and a craft, which is great because we have glitter, and we do glitter at the library. And then Tuesdays, Cheryl Donahue, the children's librarian, she does babies, which is from birth to 23 months. And the same on Wednesdays. She offers it twice, and the room fills up. And then on Thursdays, I do a program, Ring Around the Rosie, and it's basically for all ages. It's a music and movement program, and it's great, and we end it with a parade around the library with streamers and bubbles. So that's always a huge hit.
Yeah.
And then on Friday, we do another story time in the morning. And again, you know, ages 2 and up, and a craft, and they're all well attended, you know. And I think because it's drop-in, it gives people that, you know, flexibility to just come when it works for them.
Fantastic. Yeah. Wow, that is great. That sounds wonderful. I wonder how I can get involved in that.
You can be a guest storyteller anytime you want.
Oh, really?
Yes, absolutely. Sure. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, I'd love that.
Yeah, fun. Okay, so there are ways that people in the community who maybe don't have children could participate. But I mean, working with the librarians closely.
Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. We actually, for our summer reading, we're going to have mystery readers on Fridays, and they will be special guests from the community. So that will be fun to have.
Great. So. Okay. So you have specific programs that you mentioned for specific ages. So you have the birth to 23 months, and then you have the 2 years and up. Up to what age do you usually start seeing children not want to go into the library?
Well, when the kids that are in like probably elementary school, they start to get really busy after school with all the after school programming. And we offer different programs. We have Maker Buddies that we do some great maker projects. We have hands-on programs where they'll actually do some fun activity. And we also have a great chess club. And we have, help me. We have other programs.
Other programs?
But they're not as well as attended because the kids are busy and it
Okay.
ebbs and flows with, what's going on, if it's soccer season or baseball or the dance recitals coming up.
Okay.
But we do offer programs for them.
Okay. And how would parents find out about these programs for children who are, say, in elementary school?
We actually send publicity to the schools through the Board of Education, and we have all of our programs on our website. We have a Facebook page, so like us on Facebook.
Okay.
And
Good.
we try really hard to reach out as many ways as we can.
Okay. Are there guidelines for parents regarding the children who are under age 12?
It's a state statute that you can't leave children unattended,
Okay.
12 and under. So people are great in Simsbury. They are always with their children. So we have that.
Okay, great. And where do you get ideas for new programs?
Well, I brainstorm with Sarah for things. We just, whatever's going on and whatever's popular, or the next greatest thing. I know, like, the makerspace is really popular amongst libraries, and we're going to be launching a makerspace in the children's room. It's a designated area that will be hands-on, and we're going to launch that at our innovation fair coming up. But then, no, just whatever's happening.
Whatever's happening?
Yeah.
Do you take a look at what's going in and out of the library for books and things? Maybe use those type of...
Absolutely. If there's like the most popular books, we just recently did a Harry Potter night, book night, and the kids, we kind of go on their lead what they're interested in, and we're always, like Dr. Seuss will be coming up, his birthday, and so we'll celebrate the Cat in the Hat, and just milestones of things that happen, like it's Valentine's and things like that. And our summer reading program will be coming up, so we're getting ready for that.
Good.
And that's always big in Simsbury. Yeah.
Okay. About what age do the children start feeling that they're too old for the children's library?
Well, probably when they're in Henry James, in middle school, maybe like 5th grade, it's like
Fifth, sixth,
fifth,
yeah.
Upper
sixth grade.
elementary.
Yeah, upper elementary, absolutely. They feel like it's, they want to be in their own space, which is great because now we have Sarah in the Simsbury Library, the teen librarian, so that's really good. There's an option for them.
Right. So
Yeah.
Sarah.
Transition.
Yes. So you're the new teen librarian.
I am.
And what encouraged you to be a teen librarian?
Well, when I switched my major my sophomore year of college,
Okay.
the first class I took was literature for young adults. And that started my love of YA literature. And then from there on, I took a bunch of classes that focused on teenagers. And I enjoyed working with them.
Great.
So I worked at the Bristol Library for 11 years, and including the branch library where I was having experience working with the teens there. And so that developed into a love of working with teens and planning programs for them. And now I'm a full-time teen librarian, which is great.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Welcome to Simsbury.
Thank you.
So what happens during this transition from being in the children's library to coming into their own space in the teen? Is there actually a teen space in the library?
We do. We have a teen space on the upper level
Okay.
near the adult DVDs, and we're actually redesigning it right now so it's more welcoming for teenagers.
Okay.
And we're going to be getting a nice wall up so that way the room is less open and more private for them to feel like it's their own space.
Oh,
and also a
nice.
chalkboard wall, which both children's department and teen department were pretty excited about. So
Very nice. Okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking, I know when I was in the adult library, it didn't seem like there was a space that was specific. There was books,
Yeah.
like young adult books,
Yeah.
and it was just kind of stuck there. So
yeah, I think over time with a lot of libraries I've seen as young adult literature has been becoming more popular with publishers, that we're getting our own spaces for the collection and now to dedicate space to the teens
Teens.
as well,
Okay.
which is what they need. So
So, what is your role as a teen librarian?
I order all of the young adult items, the
Okay.
books, and create programs and collaborate with other departments to create programs in the community. And with children's department, we're working on tween programs for those upper elementary students that are in between wanting to be a teenager and still in elementary school. So I order the literature and do the programming, and basically I'm there to help them, figure out what they need for projects and things like that.
Okay. So what kind of programs do you actually, or have you done in the past, and are you looking forward to doing in the future?
A variety of programs. We have, one of the things that I found with the teens that have been coming in is they have either different fandoms or different things that are popular, like Harry Potter, that if they have this strong desire to want a program, if they suggest it, we could definitely do that. So definitely Harry Potter, things like that. We're doing technology programs. There's Teen Tech Week. We're going to do a variety of programs for that.
Okay.
So basically combining literature and technology and different fun things and crafts. I like to do crafts too. So
Okay.
hands-on creativity.
Okay.
Types of
Sounds
things.
good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's lots of fun.
So, and the teens have a say in all of this too.
Yes. The majority of them join our teen advisory board, which we're always looking for new members, but I do have a strong crew of teens from middle school and high school that help contribute towards planning programs.
Great.
And other things like helping us plan our teen space as well.
Great. Well, that's good. Get those children that aren't children, they're kind of young
Yeah,
adults,
Yep,
right? Involved
are.
in their own.
exactly. That's
Own
I'm here to
programs.
serve them, so I want their feedback so that way I could do a good job. too.
Good. Are the parents involved in this, or how are the parents involved in
Absolutely.
the teen area?
There's a variety of different involvement, but I get lots of feedback, either questions about can my sixth grader come to this program because it's called for teens, or they'll respond on Facebook if they like our page. Sometimes I get messages that way. But parents have been very great with feedback.
Good.
Between questions and answers and showing lots of enthusiasm for having me there too.
Well, the thing that I find interesting is that from being a young teen, like a 13-year-old, to being a 17-year-old, there is a huge maturity jump right around that, 16, 17. How are the teens handling that transition, and how do you handle that?
I think they all handle it differently. For programs, most of my programs are open to the young teens and the older teens,
Yeah.
but we also have some other tween programs that we're doing, like 4th through 8th grade or 5th through 8th grade.
Okay.
So that way the younger ones can kind of be around their peers more if they're less mature, and then the older ones can, the same as them, for them too.
Right.
You have the older programs. But I find the majority of them are pretty well, they work well together and they learn from each other. So I think the ones that haven't reached that maturity yet are learning from the older ones.
Okay,
So
great.
it's an interesting experience.
Yeah, that's good, because it's always nice to be able to blend
Yes.
age ranges
Yeah.
and go, well, you're not really that much different. Yeah,
Yeah.
a little bit, but you can maybe help somebody else along. That's a great.
It's exactly with like the Harry Potter night, we did grades 5 and up. So we had some seniors there, we had 5th graders there, and they all worked together in their trivia teams and their scavenger hunt teams. So I think it's a learning experience for everybody.
Yeah,
So.
great, good. So let's see. I think we've got pretty much covered that. But so now we're going to go to adults.
Great.
And Jenna, you, what is your role as a Business Resource Center coordinator?
So I'm a business librarian. I work with our business resources and tools and databases and all of that. But really, at Simsbury, we are so lucky to have a dedicated space for business and business owners to come and learn more about how to run their business, how to start a business, how to grow their business. That's a really great a service that we offer, but we have a dedicated space for it. So I really do everything soup to nuts. I order the materials, I plan the events, get speakers to come in and talk about topics that I'm not an expert on, something like marketing or networking, sales, things like that, things that are going to be really useful to a current business owner. And then we do a lot of technology classes. We've really been expanding our technology offerings, not just software, although we do have that, but also social media. We just had a program where Google Analytics came up. So I was like, well, hey, come, we have a lab, come teach Google Analytics, because everybody seemed really interested in that. So we try to be really fluid as to what are people wanting to see, what do they need to know more about, and then my job is to find someone to teach it or teach it myself and really deliver the goods so that they can run with that in their businesses.
Great. So how did your life experiences prepare you for this job?
Well, I did not start in libraries. The first part of my career, I worked in finance for a financial management company. Okay. So I worked in marketing and business development, and then I discovered I didn't really love it. So I started looking around for what other careers I might like, and I did a lot of research. Fancy that, research for a librarian. So I really found that librarianship was something that interested me, and so I went and got a graduate degree and decided to just change course mid-career. And then I ended up actually working for an academic library first. I worked for Syracuse University, but I found that the most exciting work I did there was with businesses, and not just the students, because I love the students, but it was really so interesting to work with businesses that were really trying to start up, especially in a community like Syracuse, which is very much demographically and business style and business type wise is very close to what Hartford is. So when this opportunity, I wasn't even looking for a job, but when I saw the listing for this job, I just jumped on it. It was just really exciting to be working with businesses and helping them succeed. Wow,
great. That is a great story. So how do people find out about the program that you offer?
Well, we have a newsletter. I send out a monthly newsletter and then reminders throughout the month. And a lot of the people that attend our programs are finding out information through our newsletters and what we post in the library. But unfortunately, a lot of the people that are the target for the programs I'm doing don't necessarily come into the library.
Right.
So a huge aspect of my job is outreach. So I am out in the community probably more so than a traditional librarian. I'm actually serving right now on the board of directors for the Chamber of Commerce. I go to events, I go to a lot of the morning networking meetings, and there are several other networking groups around the area that I'll go to periodically and kind of give my elevator pitch as to what I can offer them. Community events like September Fest, things like that. I try to just get out there where business people are going to be and say, oh, by the way, I try to get on social media. I just had a really fun thing happen over Thanksgiving. I'm playing around on my iPad on a popular Facebook group, and there was discussion about a program that I had put up, learning how to open an Etsy shop, and there was a lot of discussion. And before I knew it, within an hour, we had a separate Facebook group, Small Business, Simsbury Small Business. It's up to 29 members now. They met live at the library. So a lot of it, again, is just taking advantage of an opportunity and having a conversation. It's like, what can I do? How can I facilitate this?
Yep.
How can I create a space for you to learn from each other, to get the resources there? So it's so much fun, but it is a little bit less traditional than buying books and doing reference and doing those kinds of things. It's like whatever the community needs, I want to figure out how to do that.
Wow, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
So just a general question. You're all relatively new to Simsbury, the Simsbury Library, but you obviously have awesome references. But what other services does the Simsbury Library offer besides what we've covered here? Does anybody want to jump in with any?
I did something recently. I just would like to point out that we have a lot of resources also for job seekers.
Okay.
It's related many times to entrepreneurship in the sense of when a professional can't find a job, maybe it's time to market their skills in a different way and be an entrepreneur. So I was recently sponsored by the Connecticut Library Association to do some training to become a career development facilitator. So I'll actually have a credential for helping people find their dream careers and their dream jobs. So we have a lot of resources to help people find jobs. So it's a part to the other side of the coin of being an entrepreneur, I think.
Right. Cool. Well, and we also have the 3D printer that's in the library. The library has partnered with a couple of the other, the schools and the Historical Society, I understand, and participating in the Innovators Workshop, or Innovators Fair.
Yeah, we did an Innovators Workshop last year when we first got our 3D printer. So
Right.
that was like our big unveiling. We'll do that with the Innovator Fair this year as well. That's town-wide because and I'll let you talk about
We're going to be unveiling our makerspace in the children's room. So we're taking an area that previously had computers, and now we've gone to iPads. And that space will be relocated to a different area in the library, and we are making a lovely little space to be unveiled on our innovation fair.
Innovators Fair.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And that's just one of many things that
Oh,
we're going to
one
be doing
of
that
many
day.
things,
Children's
yes.
has lots of different programs going on that day, as do teens. We're going to do a coding program, and we're going to make LED bracelets so you can make learn the basics of electric circuits and make your wrist glow with LED lights.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, talk about innovations.
Oh, yeah.
And I think the Simsbury Library basically is innovative in a lot of different ways, offering all these opportunities to the residents. It's pretty innovative. You know, it's more than books.
Yeah.
Definitely, we think of ourselves as a place where people can come and learn how to create things themselves.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. So can people just call the library, or should they just check the Facebook page? Should they check the web page? How can people become more involved in the library? Should they call?
Well, they should definitely like us on Facebook because
Okay.
we do try to post really fun stuff, really interesting stuff, but also everything that's going on new at the library will be on our Facebook page. We do have a website. I think when it comes to events, our calendar is always the best place to go because it's always current. As soon as we make a change internally, it's changed out there. So that's the best and most current. We all have newsletters that we send around. So if someone's interested specifically in our areas, they should contact the library and get on that mailing list because they'll get the first news of everything that's coming out. So I have a business newsletter, we have a children's newsletter, an adult newsletter of everything that's happening that week. So we have lots of ways to help people know everything that we're doing.
And the newsletter comes out electronically?
Yes, it's an
Okay.
email newsletter.
Email newsletter.
Yeah, so we also post everything that's going on that week will be right on the front page of our website. So online is always the best, but we're a small town. Call us.
Yeah, or
We
stop
would love
by,
to talk with you. Yeah.
Okay.
To follow up with the website, it is the calendar is also searchable. So all the teen events, if you just put in the word teens, and I'm part of the adult newsletter, my teen events, but we're also working on with the teen advisory board, making different social media sites. We're setting up a Twitter and Tumblr and Instagrams, so that way we can reach the teens through that.
Right. Okay.
We are also on Pinterest. I have to plug this because we do Reader's Advisory on Pinterest. If anybody is wondering what we read, we post every month our favorite books. So what you're reading, what you recommend this month. So if anybody's wondering what we're up to and we're alone reading our books, we make recommendations all the time. So we do have a Pinterest site, and we're trying to be everywhere so we know what's going on.
Wow. Finger in every pie. But if people want to learn which pie you're in, there's ways for them to find that out with Pinterest, with Twitter and Tumblr and Facebook, as well as the webpage. So it's really interesting. So they would just do a search on Facebook then for Simsbury Library?
Yes, Simsbury Public Library. Yep.
Okay.
We also have little icons on our webpage, so we try to make it click
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah, as easy as possible. So
Yeah.
you'll see anytime you see Facebook, that's going to be linked to our Facebook page, so you can click there. And we're all over the place online. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Anything else you want to share with anybody? We're getting down to about 2 or 3 minutes. Nothing? Just
I always like to promote our technology programs. We're taking it on a semester by semester basis now, so we really want to try to help people plan ahead for like a series of classes they might want to take.
Okay.
You know, we have software classes for people that are looking for jobs and want to up their skills. We've had Google SketchUp for people that want to use the 3D printer. We have social media classes, and it's all in a pamphlet that you can get at the library. A handout that has 4 or 5 months worth of classes.
Wow.
We've got, if you want to start your own website, we have someone that comes in and teaches WordPress. I mean, where can you get a free WordPress class? You can at the library. So it's a 2-part series to how to create your own website. I've done classes on blogging before, things like that. We pay attention to our feedback forms on what people want to see.
Okay.
The hour of code that we did, I shouldn't say you did, in
Joanna and I
December.
did,
It's really, technology is so much a part of all of our lives, no matter what age.
Right.
So having a brochure that has all of that put together, I think really allows people to see the breadth of what we're offering Simsbury.
It is really much more than books.
Yes.
It's technology, it's all kinds of information you can get. You're almost like the public educational system.
We do a variety of things for all ages, from
Yeah,
smallest to oldest.
And it's a place where, especially in the children's room, where you can come and feel like a part of the community, because we're busy all the time, and people come there and meet friends, and they make best friends through our programs, and it's just nice.
Yeah.
You know, lots of things we offer.
I know.
We should also promote, given the weather we've had this year,
Yes.
that we have a lot of e-content too, so we can help you download books,
Yes.
magazines, on your iPads, whatever. If we're closed, we're not.
Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic. Well, great. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
coming
Thank you
and
for having us.
telling us all about the Simsbury Library and all the stuff that's going on there. So we've run out of time, and I want to thank Joanne Moody, Sarah Ray, and Jenna Mayotte for joining us at the SCTV studios to share their love of learning and books and making the Simsbury Library more than just books. I hope you've enjoyed meeting these 3 wonderful Simsbury librarians and learning about the exciting programs that they offer. If you'd like more information about library programs, you can call the library at 860-658-7663 or visit their website at www.simsburylibrary.info. If you want to just get out of the house, you can drop into the library Monday through Thursday from 9:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Friday and Saturday, they're open 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. and Sunday 1 to 5. FCTV programs are produced by volunteers. I want to thank our volunteer camera people, Jim Dempsey and Sam Davidson. Thank you for watching SCTV, and have a wonderful day.
Funding for Simsbury Community Television is provided in part by contributions from viewers like you. Thank you.